It was just a few hours to go before nomination ends on seats like Amethi and Rae Bareli, erstwhile bastions on the Congress party. The suspense was finally ended earlier today, but there was a surprise in store. Even as posters emerging across Amethi calling for Rahul's candidature, Congress workers were in for a big surprise as party announced Rahul instead from the nearby seat of Rae Bareli. Speculations and questions began almost immediately. Has Rahul deserted Amethi, fearing a repeat of 2019 setback, and picked a safer seat which Congress hasn't lost since 1999? Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the first one to lead a no-holds-barred attack from a rally in West Bengal with a "Daro mat, bhago mat" jibe at the Congress scion, repeating the latter's own words back at him. The Prime Minister even added that Shehzada will lose in Wayanad even and will start looking for another seat post-results. Meanwhile, in Amethi, Congress has picked Kishori Lal Sharma, considered to be Congress's Chanakya, who had been looking after the two Congress bastions over the past 3 decades. With that, it is the first time in 25 years that no Gandhi is fighting from Amethi. Party sources also suggest that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was not fielded from either seats because they didn't want to give BJP the ammunition over dynasty if 3 of the same family were to be in parliament together. But the biggest question is, by picking a safe seat in Rae Bareli, did Rahul desert Amethi, or can it be seen purely as a political strategy? And can this strategy be a face saver for the Congress party, since it's been facing a lot of questions over these picks? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. First up, just a confirmation of the key contest from the big constituency of Amethi in Uttar Pradesh now. It's Union Minister Smriti Irani versus Congress's pick Kishori Lal Sharma in Amethi. Smriti Irani fought against Rahul in 2014 for the first time, a contest the latter won, but with a reduced margin. And Smriti continued to work actively on ground in the constituency despite being a losing candidate. She emerged as the giant killer in 2019. Kishori Lal Sharma, as I said, is a key factor behind Sonia Gandhi's electoral victory in 1999 from Rae Bareli, marking her entry into parliament through a triumph. He was the key person who is said to be the one who actually was the Congress person looking after these constituencies in Uttar Pradesh. Now let's take a look at the Rae Bareli constituency. This is another Gandhi bastion, possibly a bigger Gandhi bastion, which is why Rahul Gandhi has been fielded from here. They did not want a scenario where no Gandhi fights this seat anymore. He is going to be, of course, seeking an election or a re-election from Kerala's Wayanad as well, but he will face Dinesh Pratap of the BJP here. Now, Singh had lost to Sonia Gandhi in the last general elections, but not without a fight. He's reduced Sonia Gandhi's victory margin by quite a bit, and the BJP has been on an upswing over the last 2 elections in Rae Bareli as well. So, is this seat even a safe seat is actually also a question that some political pundits may ask. The BJP, of course, showing their trust in Dinesh Pratap once again. Now, in this 11th hour move, putting all speculations to rest, when Rahul Gandhi was finally declared from Rae Bareli and not Amethi, there were several questions that were coming to mind. Why was such a decision taken? Let's try and decode that a little bit for our viewers. Now, Rae Bareli is obviously a safer seat than even Amethi, where he lost to Smriti Irani. So that is one of the big reasons why he's contesting from this bastion, not the other bastion, which of course has ceased to be the bastion. In this seat in Rae Bareli, the Congress hasn't lost since 1999 consecutively. Now, Rae Bareli is also considered to have a more historical, more emotional and bigger electoral connect than even Amethi. So this is why it was very, very imperative for the Congress party to at least not give up this seat as far as this battle is concerned. Now, Rahul fighting from Rae Bareli also robs BJP of the narrative that the Gandhis have been pushed out of North India, because at least there is some fight that they are putting up in UP. But there is no denying, there is an underlying unsaid fear of losing again in Amethi at the hands of Smriti Irani, which is why a safer seat has been chosen for Rahul Gandhi. The bigger question is, will this shift help or hurt the Congress party? Let's try to pitch both the pros and cons of such a decision taken by the Congress High Command. Now, Rahul from Rae Bareli shows at least the confidence that the Congress is finding this a safe seat. They're confident of retaining it. But no Gandhi from Amethi once again gives ammunition to the BJP to label at least Rahul Gandhi as a deserter after winning so many times from Amethi. With Rahul Gandhi fighting from Rae Bareli, it maintains Congress's presence in the Hindi heartland. It's not a clean sweep for them, at least for now. But the counter argument is that he fled from Amethi as he didn't have the confidence of being able to overturn the defeat against Smriti Irani that he faced last time around. As Sonia Gandhi is already a member of Rajya Sabha, Congress's decision to field just one more Gandhi from their bastions and not field Priyanka is also to avert, giving BJP the opportunity to attack the grand old party on the dynasty front. Imagine the scenes if all three of them were in parliament, albeit Sonia Gandhi is from the Rajya Sabha. But Rahul's candidature from Rae Bareli could also upset his voters who voted for him in the past from Wayanad, because he's more likely to retain Rae Bareli than Wayanad if he was to win both. And that's going to be another headache for the Congress party. With that, the big question we asked today is simply this. They've finally bitten bullet, but will this Congress strategy actually help save face, or is it in many ways underlying the same problems that we've been talking about in the run-up to the announcement of this candidature? We'll take that to our guests in just a bit.
कि जिन्हें अमेठी ने अस्वीकार कर दिया, जो अमेठी छोड़कर वायनाड चले गए, वो राय बरेली के पूर्णता कभी नहीं हो पाएंगे। जिन्होंने वायनाड में कहा कि वायनाड ही उनका परिवार है, तो आज राय बरेली में क्या कहेंगे?
उनके सारे चेले चपाटे कह रहे थे अमेठी आएंगे, लेकिन अमेठी से भी इतना डर गए, इतने डर गए, वहां से भागकर अब राय बरेली में खोज रहे हैं रास्ता।
मैं यहाँ से राय बरेली का परिणाम बता देता हूँ। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रत्याशी दिनेश प्रताप सिंह के सामने अब राय बरेली से प्रचंड बहुमत से हारने जा रहे हैं।
मैं आपसे ये उम्मीद रखती हूँ कि आप भी हमारे साथ कंधे से कंधा लगाकर इस चुनाव को लड़वाएंगे और किशोरी जी को जिताएंगे।
Let's go across to our guest joining us. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP. Pooja Tripathi is joining us from the Congress party. Subrashta is political analyst, and Sanjeev Srivastav, senior journalist, will also be with us in just a bit. Ajay Alok, why don't I start with you? Because the BJP has been piling on a lot of jibes, not just till we were waiting for this announcement, but even after the announcement. Jairam Ramesh says it's not just Amethi and Rae Bareli. All of India is a Gandhi bastion. और अभी तो आप रुक जाइए, ये चेस मूव है जो राहुल गांधी ने खेला है, आगे और भी बहुत सारे चेस मूव्स हैं।
I don't know since when Fidel Castro came into Rahul's mind, so let him play the chess. I guess he'll have enough time till 2029 to think about his move and how to articulate them. But see, we are in politics, rhetorics apart. Like taking jibes at each other and doing filthy things, that's a different story altogether. But what is delivered is perception. And people in this country, especially watching your channel and the other English channels, I guess, and even Hindi channels for that matter, people are not fool enough not to understand why this. First of all, the perception has gone that Rahul was not finding Amethi safe, so he ran away. That's the perception across the people. There is another perception among the people that, well, mother wanted to pass on the inheritance to son only. That's why he was chosen, since Sonia Gandhi has vacated. So obviously, who is the inheritor? Of course, the son is the inheritor. So he was decided to be fielded from there. But the point is, like in India, electorate system doesn't work like this. You are free to change your seat. There is no doubt about it. Many people have changed their seat. Even in our party, many people have changed their seat, but you don't lose the connect. You don't lose the connect from your seat. Atal Bihari Vajpayee contested Balrampur way back in 1957, but he never lost the connect even till 2002. Because once you are connected to a constituency, you are emotionally attached to it.
Okay.
Now, these people, emotional attachment were never there from Rae Bareli. Why I'm telling you, or from Amethi.
Yeah.
Because you see, they just took that seat for granted. They never worked for the constituency. They never developed it. Forget about development. There was not even a district collector office. There was not even a CO office. There was not even a functioning court in Rae Bareli and Amethi till the time Smriti came in. So these are a lot of things which
you say
links
they
to your
don't have
emotion
any
that I want
connect,
to really
but actually the
nurture
Congress
this.
party is saying that it is because of our connect that we have fielded a Gandhi from Rae Bareli. We could not give it up. In fact, to quote Jairam Ramesh again, he is saying this is not just about a contest. This is not just a legacy, but a responsibility and a duty. But Pooja, coming to you, questions will be asked. If you were so certain, if the Congress party was so certain that you were going to field a Gandhi, why did you wait for it till the 11th hour? Why was this not done earlier? Should people in Wayanad also have not known ideally that Rahul Gandhi was going to contest from 2 seats this time too?
Rahul Gandhi Shivani did contest from 2 seats in 2019, and when it comes to Wayanad, I was there on the nomination day. The extreme love and compassion for the people of Wayanad, you just run across, you just travel across Wayanad, it's Rahul Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. So I'm sure Wayanad is taken care of.
It's taken care of, but have you taken them for granted? Shouldn't they have known that Rahul Gandhi was going to fight from a bastion seat in UP too?
When Rahul Gandhi completed his Bharat Jodo Yatra, he didn't return to Delhi to his home. He returned to Wayanad for 3 days. And that shows this was the constituency that he nurtured. He developed and he has worked extensively, be it flood relief, be it night ban on NS76 or be it the community health center. He has worked extensively for the people of Wayanad, and the feeling of admiration is mutual. When it comes to safe seat, there is no safe seat, Shivani. There were Amethi, there was Rae Bareli, and Rae Bareli is with Gandhi family since 1952. It not only holds an emotive, it has an electoral significance. It carries forward a legacy of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, Feroze Gandhi, Arun Nehru, and Sonia Gandhi for 4 terms, and now Rahul Gandhi. I remember Mrs. Gandhi when she vacated the seat to move to Rajya Sabha for her health reasons, which Prime Minister made a very bad jibe on her today कि वो भाग गई वहाँ से. She wrote that my heart and soul, I'll return to Rae Bareli with my heart and soul, and that's what I think.
No, fair enough. I'm not denying that, Pooja. My question was twofold. One, why did you leave it so late? Today was the last day of the nomination. The choices were announced only today. If you were not going to abandon Rae Bareli, you could have announced that 2 weeks ago. And with that is the second question of people from Wayanad would have also known that maybe if Rahul Gandhi was to win from Rae Bareli and Wayanad both, certainly he's not going to give up Rae Bareli, right? Precisely because of the connect that you're talking about.
Shivani, let's leave that to which seat he'll retain.
Okay, so why did you take so long to announce? Just that.
There have been many permutations and combinations. I'm sure this dilemma must be there in Mr. Gandhi's. He loves and adores the people of Wayanad. As I'm repeating it again, is the constituency that he has created and nurtured. So I'm sure there must be dilemma. But he has filed his nomination. He is the formidable candidate. He will win with a considerable majority. And let's wait for 4th June results.
Okay, Shivrashta is also with me. Shivrashta, is it fair to keep pounding on Rahul Gandhi for, changing his seat, or for the Gandhis for taking the time that they take? I mean, this is strategy at the end of the day. They've decided what is best for them and for their big faces. Other parties do it all the time too. They change their seats all the time too. So what's the big problem here?
Shivani, you have been in the profession for a really long time. You have covered, political parties across the aisle. Please tell me, what kind of a strategy is this to let your constituents who elected you to Lok Sabha so many times be at the tether end, and at the end of the day, you say that Tata bye bye, I'm not contesting from here, I'm contesting from a much, another family bastion seat, Rae Bareli. And also the Wayanad question that you asked is pretty pertinent. This pretty much goes on to show that not only has Rahul Gandhi abandoned Wayanad, he has also abandoned Amethi. Also, on the question of the kind of development that Rahul Gandhi has done, I'm sure there's something called an India Alliance, and I'm sure the left parties are a part of it. If the left parties are a part of it, please tell me, is left party and Congress fighting against each other in Wayanad? Because last I checked, Annie Raja has had some pretty strong words to say about Rahul Gandhi on policy matters. These are not political questions. I'm not even going to get into the politics of the India Alliance. Please tell me 10 pertinent questions that Rahul Gandhi has put up on the floor of the House in Lok Sabha with respect to Wayanad, or has initiated a policy that could change the face of this country. I ask these questions because A, Congress party wants to portray Rahul Gandhi as a panacea for all kinds of ills that Indian society is afflicted with. So tell me one policy initiative that Rahul Gandhi is a part of, that he has tabled and on the floor of the parliament, and a bill that could really change the future of this country. And 10 questions from Wayanad that were taken to logical conclusion.
Okay. I wasn't really planning to discuss Wayanad that much because we did that a lot in the run-up to the second phase polling. But I'll give Pooja an opportunity, 30 seconds before I let you complete, Subrashta, of, actually this is a question that was asked of Rahul Gandhi. Was he really an absentee MP even in Wayanad? Because he got such a record mandate, and then, the narrative on ground was that he was not here. And there was an opportunity for him to nurture that constituency, but did he do that? He may win. That's not always a referendum of whether he nurtured that constituency or not. And then now is the added problem of which seat will he give up if you're so sure that he's going to win from both?
So I'll answer your first question first. Because Rahul Gandhi carried out flood relief and rehabilitation worth 40.61 crores, reaching 18,000 families. He wrote to RBI because he's an opposition MP. He wrote to RBI because of flood relief. He wrote for moratorium on repayment of farm loans. He wrote to central government for expansion of MGNREGA work. He wrote to central government for repair of road infrastructure that was badly damaged owing to flood. He raised the issue of night traffic ban on NS 776, which is quite a pertinent issue in Wayanad, in Parliament at the floor of House. He raised the issue of Nanjangod-Nilambur railway line at the floor of House. He wrote to Finance Ministry for high rate of GST on cochlear implants, which was impacting his constituency.
Okay.
He wrote to Ministry of Food Processing on establishing a food park at Wayanad. He wrote to Ministry of Commerce for establishing a spice park at Wayanad. So he was not an absentee MP.
Okay, I think you made your point. Let Subrashta come in for 30 seconds more. I want to go to Sanjeev Srivastava as well.
This is why I want Congress party spokespersons to be specific. See, the thing is, today, if after 70 years of India's independence, the dominant political party's MP, who claims to be a national figure and an international one also, has to really fight for flood relief and rehabilitation, then it is very telling. It is very telling as to what kind of a development his party has really created. Also, this point about Lok Sabha questions. So as I heard from the Congress spokesperson, there have been just 2 questions put up on the floor of the House. The rest are letters written to the ministry, which any clerk would have done. Please understand, Shivani, we are not, we are educated individuals who should know the mandate of an MP. I agree that Rahul Gandhi might have created lot of, wave in the country with respect to his Bharat Jodo Yatra and all of that. I'm specifically asking about his, performance as an MP. I don't care what the Congress. I really don't care the kind of advertising of the cadre that he has done. My point is very simple. Policy issues. What has Rahul Gandhi worked on? These are bureaucratic things. What are being quoted here right now are bureaucratic.
Because of that reason, I mean, he did lose in Amethi, Sanjeev Srivastava, despite that being a safe seat or a Gandhi bastion. There's a reason for that. If Sonia Gandhi's victory margin has also been coming down successively in Rae Bareli, there's a reason for that. And the reason is you cannot take your constituents for granted. And most people will tell you, you yourself would be witness to it. of the fact that, for being a VIP constituency, Amethi and Rae Bareli don't look it. It's almost as if it's an exhibition of poverty. So what have the Gandhis really done for these seats for Rahul Gandhi to now assume this is a safe seat? Do you think it's a safe seat?
See, one thing I agree on, Shivani, if you look at pocket boroughs of powerful and influential leaders, for example, Baramati of Sharad Pawar, it looks like a very developed constituency, very progressive, with a lot of good work, schools, hospitals blooming everywhere. And in that comparison, Rae Bareli and Amethi don't come out as a shining example. Having said that, it applies for a larger part of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, the kind of states we are talking about. So let's not compare apples with oranges, though I will concede that point, that Rae Bareli and Amethi should have been like an oasis in the desert.
I mean, for the power that
But
this
they are
family
not.
had, I agree that UP overall has been a little bit underdeveloped, but for the power that this family had and for so many generations, there's no excuse. After being in power in UP for a while and having alliance partners in power in UP, plus being in power in centre, there's no excuse for not at least having delivered for two constituencies.
I think that, to be very fair, this point has been stretched enough. Wayanad election is over. We are still discussing his track record as a Wayanad MP. But I think that's well within the right of you to come back to that point. I have made my answer. If I can just comment on what I think of Rae Bareli and this decision to contest.
Yes.
I think I would have been happier as an observer if actually Rahul Gandhi had contested from Amethi and leaving Rae Bareli to either Priyanka to contest or whatever. Because that would have given an impression that he has taken the battle to the enemy camp. That would have really charged up the atmosphere in Uttar Pradesh as far as the Congress worker and India Alliance supporters were concerned. But I think this is a decision which has been taken more by mind than by heart. It's more a tactical decision that, okay, you contest from Rae Bareli and leave the Smriti Irani seat. Whether you look like winning or losing, that's a separate issue. But Smriti Irani will be taken care of by a family loyalist. So that was a battle of unequals. That's the kind of message maybe they are wanting to send. And Rae Bareli, after he wins, he can maybe, these are all speculations, no? That maybe he'll get for Priyanka Gandhi and retain. Why not? So, but I think it's a mind decision. It would have been so much better if had he taken the bull by the horns, gone to Amethi, left Rae Bareli for Priyanka. That would have really galvanized and charged up. We would have had many more debates. Now this debate is going to end today or by tomorrow maximum.
Yeah. No, it certainly would have charged their cadre. The cadre was looking forward to Rahul Gandhi, possibly Priyanka Gandhi. I mean, Priyanka Gandhi is a separate story as well. I mean, when I talk about how well these constituencies have done or otherwise, look at Priyanka Gandhi's so-called electoral debut. We've been waiting for it for 10 years. And that Brahmastra, as it was called at one time, just doesn't get fired. Has it rusted itself? Sanjeev Srivastava, I know the Congress sources are suggesting that it's because they don't want 3 Gandhis in parliament, but could have at least contested.
So Shivani, all kind of theories and speculation and conspiracies and sacrifice and family issues have been discussed and talked about. I am not privy to what's happening inside the Gandhi family, but I do again agree with one of the points you are making, that I was there on 4th January 2004 when the first time Priyanka Gandhi got Rahul Gandhi to Amethi and introduced him to the constituency. And that time we were all surprised, why is Rahul there with her? Because Priyanka was seen as a more political person and as a natural person from the family to enter politics.
Yes.
But that did not happen. And for the last 20 years exactly, 2004 January it was, we are talking in 2024 May. So for 20 years, we have been waiting for that debut. And you are absolutely right that it looks a bit jaded. It's a film which should have been premiered and released long ago, but it's just never comes. It is never released. So But that's something which can only comment upon. That's something for the Congress party and the Gandhi family to work out and decide upon. I think, and this is only a speculation, that this time around, Rahul is likely to retain Wayanad, vacating Rae Bareli for Priyanka, if he wins.
Yeah, this could be another strategy. As they say, Ajay Alok, there are chess moves after chess moves. But I did want the BJP's response to what Jairam Ramesh has also said about Smriti Irani. It's a pretty caustic jibe where he has said that, you know, Smriti Irani's only identity was that she contested elections from Amethi against Rahul Gandhi. Now even that fame has been lost. This has become very personal.
Don't you think this is the utter desperation and the frustration? And they are bringing lots of fame and glory to Rahul Gandhi after saying this. And the main reason for debacle of the Congress is within the Congress only, it's not us. People like Jairam Ramesh, Digvijay Singh and Sanjeev will agree to me that these people are very much responsible for the debacle of the Congress and the current situation of the Congress. Smriti Irani is one woman who contested in 2014, lost, and then continued to work there for Amethi for next 5 years and make sure that she defeats Rahul Gandhi, the so-called Shahzada of this country, self-presumed Shahzada who thinks that country belongs to him, it's his ancestral property. And she made it sure that Rahul Gandhi leaves Amethi. And today it has been proven. Because in the last 5 years, he visited Amethi only once, and that too for hours. And during his Bharat, so-called Musalman Jodo Yatra or Bharat Jodo Yatra, he visited Amethi. So this is not, when I was talking of connect, Shivani, last time, when you interrupted me and I let it go, I say connect is something you nurture the constituency, you feel that it is your home. You feel responsible towards the public. Now look up at Rae Bareli. Feroze Gandhi has been winning Rae Bareli since 1952 till 1960 till his death. After that, R.P. Singh was fielded. From 67, Mrs. Indira Gandhi continued winning Rae Bareli. She had lost it in 75. Again, she won it in 1980. Rae Bareli and Madak. But she chose to retain Madak and she left Rae Bareli. This was the kind of emotional connect they have towards the constituency. When Rahul Gandhi goes to Wayanad and he says that coming to South has opened my horizon. Here we do very issue-based politics. In North, people are very sentimental and they are work in emotions. Like, yeah, they are very cursory. So all these kind of things just make you connect with the people and people of this country, and political awareness is very much there whether it is North or South. You are not aware that you are in course of saying all these things. You are just dividing the country on the lines of democracy.
So Ajay Alok,
that's what you have done on the last 70 years.
But Ajay Alok,
so this election is going to be very costly. And let me tell you, a Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party are not together. It's not going to be cakewalk. He's going to be defeated by more than 1 lakh vote. Rahul Gandhi will be seen packing on 4th of June.
Yeah, well,
Bhaiya bhage Bareli, bahna kare atkeli. Priyanka is only playing between Rae Bareli and Amethi. She won't be doing anything. We have seen what she can do when she was General Secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh Assembly election, and the Congress won only 2 seats. That's her credibility. So don't just equate too much that Priyanka is a grand political and she was political figure, Rahul was not. No, nothing. They both are nothing but dumb. Just representing the family, which is on the doom.
Okay.
I'm not getting personal. I'm political dumbness I'm talking about.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
not talking about personal dumbness. I don't know them personally.
Can I just give 30 seconds to Pooja one more time? Pooja, as you said, and I appreciate your candidates, there are no safe seats. So this is also going to be a pretty tough battle in Rae Bareli.
I want to your statement first when you said Jairam Ramesh made a very personal statement. This making of personal statement has been brought to upon by herself by Smriti Irani herself. She was so obsessed with Rahul Gandhi. She won 2019, fair enough, very good. 55,000 vote, fair enough, very good. But what she did in last 5 years, मैंने हराया है, मैंने राहुल गांधी को हराया है. क्या राहुल गांधी, क्या गांधी फैमिली से यहाँ कोई चाट खाने आता था, क्या कोई राशन लेने आता था? This woman has represented every woman of the country as a Minister of Women and Child Development. She runs away when she is questioned on Ankita Bhandari's rape and murder. She does not utter a word on Prajwal Revanna's massive videos, that 2976 videos that have surfaced. She doesn't say anything, but she has a way to comment on Mr. Gandhi. So Congress has strategically kept him out of the battle. We do not want to make it an Smriti Irani versus Rahul Gandhi battle, because this has been made personal by Ms. Irani. She has won. She should
but what do you feel? But Pooja, what do you feel about the fact, like that jibe of Daro Mat, Bhago Mat? What do you feel about the fact that this will be seen as Rahul Gandhi running away from a fight? You don't run away, even if it is deeply personal.
Shivani, did Rahul Gandhi abandon North India altogether? As I said, no seat if safe seat. This is an electoral process we are entering, and every seat demands equal vigor and equal enthusiasm.
Okay.
So is Rae Bareli, so is Amethi. He didn't. I challenge the frontliner ministers or frontliner leaders of Bharatiya Janata Party to contest from South as a second seat. If they think that this is Bhagomat, Darobat, I challenge them. They are well enough there.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I've run out of time. I do thank all of our guests for joining us for our first debate. We got some breaking news actually coming in. Rohit Vemula's death by suicide in January 2016. Remember, that had triggered nationwide protests over alleged discrimination against him in university and other Dalits in universities. Now, in a closure report submitted to the Telangana High Court, the state police has said that Rohit was actually not a Dalit and that he died or killed himself because he was afraid of his real caste identity coming out. My colleague Swastika Das is joining us. Swastika, this was a very contentious case, but the findings or the closure report is going to be a complete departure from what the politics on the case was.
It is a complete departure from what transpired back in 2016. This particular case, which triggered nationwide outrage against then HRD Minister Smriti Irani, Bandanu Dattatreya, Appa Rao, who was then VC of HCU. What the Cyberabad Telangana police rather has put in its report is that A, they have found no evidence with the fact that Rohit Vemula died by suicide because of being a Dalit and was being targeted upon that. And the bigger fact than that is that the report clearly mentions Rohit Vemula was not a Dalit and that he was a converted Dalit, meaning his mother claimed that she hailed from the Dalit community, a Mala community, but she was married to a person who hailed from the OBC community. And therefore, they allegedly forged documents to show that Rohit Vemula was a Dalit. This definitely is a damning report. Rohit Vemula's family in various media interviews have told that they don't accept it. They say this is an atrocious report by the Telangana government, and in all likelihood, they're also likely to meet the Chief Minister of Telangana, Revant Reddy. They've called this report as a forged report by the Telangana police, but the closure report in itself, which has been filed before the court, says otherwise. It clearly says that Rohit Vemula was not a Dalit, and therefore the suicide that triggered nationwide protests was not because of the fact that he was a Dalit, that he was targeted for being a Dalit. The biggest point after this is the fact that the report clearly mentions Rohit Vemula was allegedly afraid of revealing his caste status, and therefore to avoid any kind of backlash, he died by suicide. There are other reasons that have also been investigated upon, but it clearly says he was not targeted because he is not from Dalit community.
No, this is going to be extremely important, not just because of the kind of protests and allegations that swirled around at that time, but we are in election season. And, you're going to have elections in states like Andhra and Telangana soon. But I just want to ask you, Swastika, what are the initial reactions you're getting after this closure report has been filed?
Well, the BJP leader spoke to Ramchandra Rao, who was also named as an accused initially, says that this comes as the fact that truth has prevailed. You've seen Amit Malviya also tweet the same. And this is a big victory in the sense for the BJP, because back in 2016, when Smriti Irani was the HRD minister, she faced a lot of backlash. Bandaru Dattatreya, who was the Secunderabad MP, was also came under fire. In fact, you had Rahul Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal, all the leaders from the opposition come down to Hyderabad Central University, and it was a story that created ripples across the country. The narrative that Rohit Vemula was in fact attacked, targeted, and selectively picked because he was Dalit, which forced him allegedly to die by suicide, is something that now stands completely nullified by this report, which clearly says that they are closing the case on the grounds that there is no evidence, and the biggest factor in that is the fact that Rohit Vemula was allegedly not a Dalit and that his family forged documents to show that he was from a Dalit community.
Okay, Swastika, I want you to just stay with me because this is a sensational closure report that has been filed on what was a sensational case at the time. If you remember, this rocked Parliament for many, many days. The HRD minister at that time, Smriti Irani, was put in the dock and was personally blamed for the death of Rohit Vemula. I have Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, actually joining us. Ajay Alok, I do thank you for joining us on short notice. Again, your first response on this massive closure report that has been filed. It puts everyone in the clear, but more importantly, it brings out facets that may be a little bit ugly, but as per the closure report, the reasons for the suicide were completely different.
No, of course, we have all the sympathy for Rohit Vemula because he was a young, promising guy, and any youngster committing suicide is not good for the country. That we firmly believe. And yes, Parliament was rocked, like what you said, but it was rocked by on whose behest? It was again this Jhutha Gandhi, this Rahul Gandhi, Ranchod Gandhi. He made all these things happen. He made an issue out of nothing. And today in Telangana, when Telangana police have filed this closure report, we don't have the government there. Earlier also we were not in the part of the government. It was KCR's government. So we are nowhere connected there. Justice has prevailed and truth has prevailed. And it has been proved that these people always create false narrative and they thrive on it. That they did 5-7 years back, today also they are doing the same thing. Their habits do not change. They are of the same metal and they have the same thing. And even at the cost of a suicide of a young boy, they can create politics. My heart goes out to Rohit Vemula and his family for what he has done. It doesn't matter anymore that whether he was a Dalit, he was not a Dalit. That's not a question altogether. The question is, youngster of this country committing a suicide is a blot to the nation. That you have to understand if you are sensitive and human enough. But these people are absolutely insensitive, inhuman, and they want to make politics out of everything. The parliament was rocked, Smriti Irani was blamed, every nonsense thing in the book was presented in front of the country. Look, this is happening with scheduled caste. Look, this is happening with scheduled tribe in the country. Look, constitution is not safe. What not? All ruckus was done, if you remember, and people of this country can remember. But nobody said a single sympathetic said about Rohit Vemula, that why he committed suicide and what we need to do as the central government or in the people sitting in the state government, what needs to be done that these suicide can be prevented. No worries about that.
Right.
If anybody thinks about that in that case, I again say it was Prime Minister Modi that he took multiple initiative steps that these things do not happen. How you can interact with students. But the insensitive people do not think sensitively because they don't have heart. And today also everything they do is just out of politics, just how to get into the power, just how to blame Narendra Modi, the single point agenda. Nothing else, nothing in the national interest.
Right. Swastika, I just want to, Ajay Alok, just stay with me. I just want to go across to Swastika to just break down the big findings of this closure report. The closure report is saying that Vemula was not from the Dalit community, he was not from scheduled caste, that his certificate was actually forged, and that he knew that this could come out, and therefore fearing backlash is why Rohit Vemula committed suicide. At least it's confirming that he did commit suicide. But the politics on this case at that time was that Rohit Vemula was harassed for his caste identity, and that is why he committed suicide. But that's not the case. So much water has flown under the bridge, but now some sort of closure possibly for the family and others involved as well, because a lot of people were singed by this case in the university. Telangana police is actually the one that is filing this case. So this is one of those classic examples, Ajay Alok, of identity politics. And if we were to juxtaposition this to what is happening right now, you see a lot of identity politics being played on the name of the Dalits, the OBCs, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, etc. But this is the danger where you rush to conclusions before investigations are concluded in sensitive cases, because it completely takes away the narrative, the politics of it all.
You are absolutely right, Shivani, because people here, they are not concerned about the case and the cause. People are rather more concerned about how they create narrative, how they set a false narrative. Like what has been done today, and they think people of this country are fool. Not anymore. This is the era of social media, this is the era of electronic media where people are so much aware, even at the block level, even at the village level, that they understand now. Now what happened in Karnataka? I mean, OBC reservation being given to the Muslims. Now, everyone in this country knows that yes, this has happened in Karnataka. They have tried it in Andhra. They have done it in Kerala. Now, people of this country are gradually understanding the narrative. This is the fast-moving information world. You cannot play with fire, and that they have been doing because they are habituated of doing it. And they don't consider that in this fire, the country burns or anyone burns. They don't care. They only think, the Congress and this India only thinks how my politics should survive, how I should be at the seat of the power. And today, see the irony. It's the Congress government who's filing this report. Because it could be a possibility that this report might not have gone to the Chief Minister. Otherwise, this report would have been shelved. And there could be a possibility again that this report may be again called for review.
Okay, 1 second. Ajay, look, I want to go across
because this is going to be a backlash for them.
Yeah, certainly this is going to be an embarrassment for the kind of sweeping statements that were made on the back of this very tragic case. Ramchandra Rao, the Telangana BJP MLC, whose name was actually in the Rohit Vemula report, is also joining us. Ramchandra Rao, your first response, former MLC, what is your response on this closure report?
I feel the police has investigated as per the material available to them, as per the information available to them, and the closure was inevitable. There is nothing new, nothing surprising, because this case has to end up with a closure, because there was no truth in it.
Right. Can you just describe to me, Ramchandra Rao, what you personally had to go through because of this case, and does it feel like a vindication to you today?
Definitely, definitely. There was no case at all. They made a mountain out of mole. In fact, the issue was that in the case, it is a very unfortunate incident where a bright student committed suicide, and instead of showing the sympathy and understanding and try to understand what led to the suicide, they are trying to politicize it. In Maoist groups, in the urban Naxals, and all these guys, they including the Congress party, they politicized it to the very high dimension, which it was not supposed to do so. They have lied about the caste of the victim and all those things. And definitely it was a mental agony for us, because we were never involved in it. We had no role in it, in fact. And they wanted to make a political advantage out of these issues. So I think definitely we had undergone definitely a mental agony, because the boy died for some reason, and they tried to blame us for that. And we still have the sympathy for the boy and his family, but we definitely feel that they are being misused. They are being used as a political weapon to attack the Bharatiya Janata Party.
But why? Why was the case twisted so much, according to you, to attack the BJP and completely hijack what could have been the ground reality? Why?
Only to see that they blame the BJP government at the center, the HRD ministry at the center, and they saw some political exploitation in it, and they tried to exploit, and they succeeded to some extent by exploiting that it was a caste-oriented issue. In fact, it was not at all a caste-oriented issue. We have been maintaining that. We always maintained that we have no role in it. But including Rahul Gandhi, including Kejriwal, they all visited the Osmania University, the Central University campus. Was it necessary for it? Without knowing what the boy has undergone, without knowing his social status, without knowing the real incident, what is the reason, why these people came to the university to political exploit. In fact, they tried to use the university to target the Bharatiya Janata Party government. They tried to use this incident to ideologically attack us. So therefore, I think it was an act of the urban Naxals and the Congress party and the leftist people to defame the Bharatiya Janata Party government at the center.
Okay, Ramchandra Rao, I do appreciate you joining us. The former BJP MLC from Telangana, whose name was there as far as this case was concerned. My colleague Swastika Das is also joining us. Swastika, just for the benefit of the viewers joining us now, break down what are the big findings of this closure report.
Well, Shivani, there are three big findings. One, the Telangana police has filed a closure report, meaning they're permanently closing Rohit Vemula's case because of lack of evidence. Now, what is the lack of evidence? The report itself claims that Rohit Vemula was not a Dalit. He was a converted Dalit, The fact is that Rohit Vemula's mother claimed, Radhika Vemula claimed that she hailed from the Mala community. Mala is a Dalit community, but he was married to somebody who hailed from a different community, from an OBC community. This was clearly stated in the report, with the fact that there is a possibility that Rohit Vemula, fearing that his actual caste status may get exposed, the fact that he was not a Dalit, fearing that he may have taken extreme steps. The report does not explicitly say that Rohit Vemula died by suicide because he feared of getting exposed as he was not a Dalit, but it says it could be other reasons as well. But why is this point particularly important? Because on this point itself, there were national-wide protests. Back in 2016, when this case came to the fore, it rocked the parliament, and then HRD Minister Smriti Irani herself went to the floor of the House to also claim that while her sympathies stand with Rohit Vemula and her family, it has not been ascertained whether Rohit Vemula was driven to suicide because of his caste status. Today, in 2024, the Telangana police has clearly mentioned in the report that Rohit Vemula was not a Dalit, and therefore it has absolved all the other accused, including HRD, including Bandaru Dattatreya, who was then Sikandrabad MP, MLC, former MLC of BJP, Ramchandar Rao, Smriti Irani, as well as former Vice Chancellor of Hyderabad Central University, Appa Rao.
Okay. And is it correct, Swastika, that some of these left-aligned bodies, student bodies, are all set to protest this closure report?
That's right. In fact, following this particular report, which has in fact rocked headlines, the SFI and other organizations in the Hyderabad Central University campus have called for a protest. Parallelly, CNN News 18 has been constantly trying to reach out to the family members of Rohit Vemula, but we have not been able to establish that connection. But we have learned through our sources that Rohit Vemula's family is also intending to meet the Chief Minister of Telangana, Revant Reddy, who is currently on a campaign trail. Besides the fact that HQ again is going to be a center of focus at the moment, police deployment is being done as we speak to avoid any kind of untoward incident. And remember, we are just few days away from elections, so they don't want any kind of hassle that will threaten law and order situation. And the university itself, we are given to understand, has not given permission to the students to protest.
Right, right. I also want to go across to Khaliqur Rahman of the Congress party, who's joining us. Mr. Rahman, this is going to be extremely, deeply embarrassing, but, you know, just deeply problematic for the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi was the one who actually led this entire agitation as the Congress face in Parliament outside on this Rohit Vemula case. And look what the findings are saying now. Did the Congress jump the gun deliberately on this?
No. See, the entire investigation was done during the previous government. And based on that, this report would have been filed. But in any case, because we are with the Rohit Vemula family, and we will, approach the higher judicial authority, and we will again open the case. We will have it reinvestigated, and we will get the justice. And as for Rahul Gandhi's commitment is there. We are committed, in fact, to get the justice. And as I said, this investigation was done by the previous government. And now with all the...
Are you calling the report false or wrong?
We have to get it reinvestigated, definitely.
Okay, so you're saying the new Congress government in Telangana will get this reinvestigated?
Yes, absolutely. And we'll get the truth out.
But the previous government was also not a BJP government.
See, the previous government was the BRS government. BRS government was nothing but the BJP government. It was the B team of the BJP. So the previous government has worked at the behest of the BJP there, at the behest of the top bosses sitting in Delhi.
All right. So looks like it's not the final word. The last has not been spoken on this entire case. But certainly the memories of the Rohit Vemula case are not very nice for anyone concerned. We have to leave it at that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Time for a very short break. News and updates will continue in just a bit.
Rahul ji
on South and actually has only a residence there. Giving up on the critically important state of UP was just going to be politically suicidal, which is why Rahul Gandhi had to bend to the wishes and fight. But is this going to be a real fight? Is the problem and challenges over for the Congress party in UP? And what does it do for the image of the Gandhis and of Rahul Gandhi? Well, it's finally official after a long wait that it's going to be Rahul Gandhi from Rae Bareli who takes over the baton from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, who has shifted from this constituency as a Rajya Sabha member. Sonia Gandhi has been an MP from here from 2004 onwards and finally opted out this time round. But what a kind of a twist and turns and many controversies. The inside story, of course, is that Rahul Gandhi never really wanted to contest from either of these two seats in Uttar Pradesh. He consistently maintained the line that I don't want to give up on Wayanad. I have nurtured Wayanad, and most importantly, with Kerala elections round the corner, the Congress doesn't want to take that choice. But then there was pressure which came on him, both from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, as well as from the Congress president, that you cannot give up on these two so-called family bastions because it's going to send out a wrong message across UP and also across the country. You're going to be called a coward. Unfortunately for the Gandhis, this is a tag which may still be attached to them because that's what the BJP is going to keep on talking about, that he ran away from Amethi. Well, Rahul Gandhi is taking over from the legacy of Indira Gandhi and then, of course, Sonia Gandhi. Mostly, it has been held by the Congress party except in 1977 and also in 1998 and 96. There have been members of the Congress party who are not really the Gandhi Parivar who have been MPs from here, whether it was Arun Nehru, whether it was Captain Satish Sharma from Amethi. But the larger message which it sends out is that is Rahul Gandhi playing it safe still? Because in Rae Bareli, there is no strong contender yet. However, the BJP has put up Dinesh Pratap Singh. He's a minister in the Yogi government, he's an MLC, and he also is someone who took on Sonia Gandhi and had also given her almost a smashing challenge, and her winning margin had come down substantially. So he's not going to be...
An unprecedented and historic election. A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future.
battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18.
It may not be an easy challenge fight for Rahul Gandhi over here. There are very few days now left to go for voting to take place. So the Congress leadership will now have to work overtime as far as Rae Bareli is concerned. But skipping Amethi, where he's been an MP, where he lost in 2019, and the area he has called his home, sends out a larger message that the man who says that Daro Mat himself ran away, that's the BJP's messaging over here. It makes things much easier for Smriti Irani, who actually won in 2019 on the ground that Rahul Gandhi ran away to Wayanad. The BJP is not going to let Rahul Gandhi forget this. In fact, the Prime Minister is expected to keep on the attack on Rahul Gandhi. Of course, Rahul, as a main star campaigner of the Congress party, may not have much time to campaign from here, which is why his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will take over. Priyanka has in fact spent more time in Rae Bareli than Rahul Gandhi has. She used to manage her mother's affairs. More than that, she set up many women's self-help groups. The reason why Rahul Gandhi had to or forced to contest from here is because in a state where the Congress is almost wiped out, where in the backdrop of the Pran Pratishtha, the Congress is looking as being anti-Hindu or anti-UP, and the perception has built up that it is a party which only focuses on South and actually has only a residence there. Giving up on the critically important state of UP was just going to be politically suicidal, which is why Rahul Gandhi had to bend to the wishes and fight. But is this going to be a real fight? Is the problem and challenges over for the Congress party in UP? And what does it do for the image of the Gandhis and of Rahul Gandhi? Well, it's finally official after a long wait that it's going to be Rahul Gandhi from Rae Bareli who takes over the baton from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, who has shifted from this constituency as a Rajya Sabha member. Sonia Gandhi has been an MP from here from 2004 onwards and finally opted out this time round. But what a kind of a twist and turns and many controversies. The inside story, of course, is that Rahul Gandhi never really wanted to contest from either of these two seats in Uttar Pradesh. He consistently maintained the line that I don't want to give up on Wayanad. I have nurtured Wayanad, and most importantly, with Kerala elections round the corner, the Congress doesn't want to take that choice. But then there was pressure which came on him, both from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, as well as from the Congress president.
An unprecedented and historic election.
A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future.
Battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18.
Rahul, give up on these two so-called family bastions because it's going to send out a wrong message across UP and also across the country. You're going to be called a coward. Unfortunately for the Gandhis, this is a tag which may still be attached to them because that's what the BJP is going to keep on talking about, that he ran away from Amethi. Well, Rahul Gandhi is taking over from the legacy of Indira Gandhi and then, of course, Sonia Gandhi. Mostly, it has been held by the Congress party except in 1977 and also in 1998 and 96. There have been members of the Congress party who are not really the Gandhi Parivar who have been MPs from here, whether it was Arun Nehru, whether it was Captain Satish Sharma from Amethi. But the larger message which it sends out is that is Rahul Gandhi playing it safe still? Because in Rae Bareli, there is no strong contender yet. However, the BJP has put up Dinesh Pratap Singh. He's a minister in the Yogi government, he's an MLC, and he also is someone who took on Sonia Gandhi and had also given her almost a smashing challenge, and her winning margin had come down substantially. So he's not going to be any walkover. It may not be an easy challenge fight for Rahul Gandhi over here. There are very few days now left to go for voting to take place. So the Congress leadership will now have to work overtime as far as Rae Bareli is concerned. But skipping Amethi, where he's been an MP, where he lost in 2019, and the area he has called his home, sends out a larger message that a man who says that Daro Mat himself ran away, that's the BJP's messaging over here. It makes things much easier for Smriti Irani, who actually won in 2019 on the ground that Rahul Gandhi ran away to Wayanad. The BJP is not going to let Rahul Gandhi forget this. In fact, the Prime Minister is expected to keep on the attack on Rahul Gandhi. Of course, Rahul, as a main star campaigner of the Congress party, may not have much time to campaign from here, which is why his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will take over. Priyanka has in fact spent more time in Rae Bareli than Rahul Gandhi has. She is to manage her mother's affairs.
An unprecedented and historic election.
A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future.
Battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18.
That she set up many women's self-help groups. The reason why Rahul Gandhi had to or forced to contest from here is because in a state where the Congress is almost wiped out, where in the backdrop of the Pran Pratishtha, the Congress is looking as being anti-Hindu or anti-UP, and the perception has built up that it is a party which only focuses on South and actually has only a residence there. Giving up on the critically important state of UP was just going to be politically suicidal, which is why Rahul Gandhi had to bend to the wishes and fight. But is this going to be a real fight? Is the problem and challenges over for the Congress party in UP? And what does it do for the image of the Gandhis and of Rahul Gandhi? Well, it's finally official after a long wait that it's going to be Rahul Gandhi from Rae Bareli who takes over the baton from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, who has shifted from this constituency as a Rajya Sabha member. Sonia Gandhi has been an MP from here from 2004 onwards and finally opted out this time round. But what a kind of a twist and turns and many controversies. The inside story, of course, is that Rahul Gandhi never really wanted to contest from either of these two seats in Uttar Pradesh. He consistently maintained the line that I don't want to give up on Wayanad. I have nurtured Wayanad, and most importantly, with Kerala elections round the corner, the Congress doesn't want to take that choice. But then there was pressure which came on him, both from his mother, Sonia Gandhi, as well as from the Congress president, that you cannot give up on these two so-called family bastions because it's going to send out a wrong message across UP and also across the country. You're going to be called a coward. Unfortunately for the Gandhis, this is a tag which may still be attached to them because that's what the BJP...
An unprecedented and historic election.
A vote that decides Bharat's quest for greatness.
A mandate that paves the way for 1 billion aspirations.
A verdict the world is watching closely.
A battle for a rising Bharat's glorious future.
Battle for Bharat. Elections equals CNN News 18.
Talking about that he ran away from Amethi. Well, Rahul Gandhi is taking over from the legacy of Indira Gandhi and then, of course, Sonia Gandhi. Mostly, it has been held by the Congress party except in 1977 and also in 1998 and 96. There have been members of the Congress party who are not really the Gandhi Parivar who have been MPs from here, whether it was Arun Nehru, whether it was Captain Satish Sharma from Amethi. But the larger message which it sends out is that is Rahul Gandhi...
This is CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
You're with the hard facts. We are coming live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studios, viewers. With just hours to go, the Congress party scion finally took the call. Rahul Gandhi will contest from Uttar Pradesh, but he won't contest from his own pocket borough Amethi, but from his mother Sonia Gandhi's vacated seat Rae Bareli. Rae Bareli is a much safer option. It has been nursed by Nehru Gandhi since independent India's first election in 1952. Most importantly, it has only ever